Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to another speed build. Today's speed build actually does contain custom content, so it is not currently on the gallery. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that, get that out of the way, so that you know this is not on the gallery. If someone were to request me to put it on the gallery or to, basically let them use this build, I would be willing to, but I would have to say that you have to be willing to get the custom content yourself because I don't know anything about how tray files work. I've never done anything with tray files, so I'm not sure how that works. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and say that just so we are all on the same page here. Surprisingly, there are a few cuts in this speed build. I don't usually cut anything out of my speed builds, but when I placed all of those objects that are inside of the building and then took them out, I didn't think you guys wanted to see like 2 minutes of me placing objects that weren't going in their correct spots yet. So I did cut that part out so you guys wouldn't have to sit through that because it was not interesting at all. I feel like I did this build a little out of order than how I do my other builds, but it's okay because I think it still turned out really nice. I had so much fun building this, and I actually had built a record shop before, and this was actually my redo of the record shop, so it was still fun, but I was kind of used to doing it by this point, or not used to it because I had only built the other one once, but I was familiar with what I wanted to do with it basically. Also, you're gonna see I leave these mirrors here on purpose because you'll notice when I try to raise items with the 9 key like I usually would, for some reason it tries to focus on random spots, and it's been doing that a lot after the most recent update that they had. I don't really know what the issue is, but it has been happening, so I'm gonna leave those mirrors there, but I do fix it at the end of the video. And then whenever I raise other things, you can tell because it focuses on a little random spot outside. So just try to kind of ignore it. I don't really know what to do to fix it. I don't know if they are going to fix that or not, or if anyone has brought it to their attention, but hopefully someone will or has already. Now for the backstory of this build, basically I had this idea that I wanted to own a record shop, or I wanted my sim to own a record shop because I don't know. I can't oh, I do know why. The Lucid Legacy Challenge actually has it in like the 4th generation, I think, or maybe the 3rd, where your main sim has to own a record shop. So I was making this record shop for them, and I downloaded so much custom content. I had so much fun. I downloaded the custom content specifically for this build, and I am so glad that I did because I had so much fun. And the reason I actually ended up building this twice, because I did record it the first time as well, but I ended up building it twice because I got extra swatches of records from bands that I really, really love. You'll see it once I actually start placing them onto the shelves that I put in, but you're gonna see there are so many, like, there's so much variety, kind of. Since a few of the bands that were in the swatches I had never heard of or listened to, maybe I haven't listened to that album. There are a couple of albums that I haven't listened to and they are in the record shop, but I didn't really care. Like, I felt like it's good to have variety. Obviously, I don't have to listen to everything that's in the record shop because it's not for me. Like, my sim self owns it in the world that I built it in, but when I place it into the world that it's going to belong in, then that sim that I'll be playing as will be the one to own this record shop instead. So it's not in the Lucid Legacy world just yet, but it will be after a little bit. Like, I want to make sure that I have everything in it done first, so I don't want to do too many of the Lucid Legacy things out of order. I've already built the beach house for the Lucid Legacy challenge, which you might have seen that video. It is already up on my page, so if you haven't seen it, you definitely should go look at it. It's a kitschy beach house, and I wanted it to be kind of wacko because I was like, I feel like the sim that's gonna end up living here is gonna be not very organized, in the sense of, like, I don't think they would want everything to be so matchy, so I don't think they would mind things being mismatched. So I did make it kind of a little, like, not silly, but just not super matchy, and I actually kind of like how it turned out. I do wish I would have done a couple of things differently, but as it stands, I have not changed anything, and I'm not going to change anything any further. Unless there ends up being something wrong with it during gameplay, then obviously I'll change things around so that I can actually play with it or whatever. So yeah, but anyway, so back to this build. You'll see I put up so many like music posters on this wall. I loved making the music poster wall because even though these are from high school years, like those two that are beside the Nirvana, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Ramones poster, even though those were from high school years, I felt like they still fit the vibe very, very well. And then when I was trying to select posters here, I was like, okay, I don't want to use pictures of the guys because, well, as well as Paramore, obviously. Paramore is not all guys, the lead singer is a woman. But, so, I had Paramore, All American Rejects, Panic at the Disco, and My Chemical Romance, and I didn't want to use pictures of them. I considered putting All Time Low on there, but I don't really listen to All Time Low anymore, or really align with them anymore. So I did not feel the need to put All Time Low in the record shop. But as a general thing, I did used to listen to All Time Low. If any of you ever listen to bands, which is not unlikely, a lot of people listen to these bands that are in this record shop. So if you have listened to any of them, please let me know. I love bonding over music, especially artists that I still listen to this day. Like, I still listen to Paramore, I still listen to My Chemical Romance, I still listen to All American Rejects, I still listen to Panic at the Disco. You'll also see 21 Pilots in here, Deftones, obviously there's a Deftones poster up there, I still listen to them. Red Hot Chili Peppers, I still listen to them. Nirvana, still listen to them. I don't really listen to the Ramones, but I was like, okay, I feel like if I'm gonna put all of these posters over here, they fit the vibe of Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers, in my opinion. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna place this poster here. I don't care. Even though I don't really listen. Oh my gosh, and then the Glass Animals vinyl right there beside that Paramore vinyl. Oh my gosh, I about freaked out when I saw it because Glass Animals is one of my favorite artists of all time right now. So if you've never listened to them, well, I feel like a lot of people found them off Heat Waves, so you probably have listened to them and maybe you didn't know it was them. If you are at all in any store ever, because I heard them play in Target actually one time, after they kind of got a lot more popular. So I was like, oh wow, they're playing Glass Animals in here. And then they played, when they released their newest album, they actually were playing one of the new songs in Walmart, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're playing them right now. That was when I realized they had like actually made it big. So I was just so excited about it. Same with 21 Pilots. When I first started listening to 21 Pilots, well, a little bit after I started listening to 21 Pilots, about 2 months after, they started playing on the radio. So they would play in Walmart and everything, and they became a bigger band and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I kind of fell off of listening to them. I do like Clancy a lot, their newest album. So I have been listening to them a little bit more again, but not as much as I used to. I used to actually have a 21 Pilots fan page on Instagram. I no longer have, well, I have the account still, but it's no longer a fan page. It is just my spam account. So, but it's still, it's interesting to look back at what you did as a teenager and realize, I'm not gonna say it's strange. I think having fan pages isn't strange because you're basically letting the artists know that you like them enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna post pictures of you that are already available online. But I mean, as a general thing, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that as long as you're not creepy about it. I also refer to this build as a like grunge record store because I wanted it to be a bit on the grunge side, even though I feel like I kind of missed the mark with it, especially when the brick was not doing what I needed it to do. When I had it as the dark brick, we couldn't see anything in the store. So I was like, I can't have dark brick in here and then have all of the objects also be really dark colored, because then you literally can't see anything. So there we go with the crazy camera thing happening, because I was trying to raise the albums. Ooh, I also do still listen to Green Day, Linkin Park, the 1975, Tame Impala, and Arctic Monkeys, which I don't think Tame Impala very much, like, I think a lot of the things in here, like, not all of them fit the bill for grunge or rocker vibes or alternative. Well, I would say alternative in the sense of not a lot of people who listen to like pop music have heard of these people, because I was talking about Arctic Monkeys one day to somebody who doesn't listen to that genre of music at all, and they were like, I don't know what that is. Same thing with Glass Animals, even though Glass Animals is, in my opinion, a little more on the poppy side compared to some of the other people in this record shop right now. So I was kind of like, yeah, the people that made Heat Waves. And they were like, oh. And I was just like, yep. Yeah, because I actually went to a Glass Animals concert in September of last year. It was so much fun. I had such a fun time. The lead singer Dave, he is very fun, interactive. He has a lot of really good energy on stage. So I really had a really fun time. It was great. But yeah, I love talking about music. If you ever want to talk about music with me, I do have a Discord account. I do also have a Discord server. If anyone would ever like to join, please let me know. But I will list my Discord account in the description. It is pandieechu, which is my name on YouTube, but it has a period at the end. So if I send, if I were to send anybody the word pandieechu with a period at the end, it's gonna look like I'm sending a full, complete sentence. No, that is actually my name on Discord. It's pandieechu with a period at the end. But yeah, like, if you ever want to send me an artist that you think I may like, please do. I listen to all types of music. I've actually been listening to a lot of new artists recently, so I'll listen to just about anything, as long as it sounds good, or at least sounds good to me. Like, it doesn't have to sound good to everybody. Like, there's a Bring Me the Horizon vinyl over there. You might have seen it. You probably saw it when I put it up, but it's over on the wall with the hanging records. And my mom does not like Bring Me the Horizon at all. She hasn't heard any of their newer stuff, which I don't think she liked the super new stuff, but I think that the things off of the album That's the Spirit, she might vibe with that a little bit more. If you've never listened to Bring Me the Horizon, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. But if you have, you definitely will understand. And I highly suggest that you listen to them if you never have. If you're into rock music, like harder rock music, not everybody can withstand like screaming, growling, and I understand that. But if you are interested in it, then you should definitely check them out. And if not, then I would say That's the Spirit would probably be more of your pace if you don't really like a lot of screaming, or that's what people call it. I don't know. I mean, there is screaming, but I don't like to call it screaming personally, but that's just how people know it, so that's what I call it for the sake of others, you know? So if you are interested in listening to them, you definitely should. I love telling people about the artists that I listen to. It's just, there's just something so fun about it. I don't know. Also, I put that thing on the table over there because I was like, okay, let's make it look like there's more CDs inside, and I did not feel like doing the tedious task of adding all of those CDs because the last time I tried doing that, and it took me a very, very long time to try to do all of that, so I just gave up. And also, you don't see it in the video, but I did change the backsplash of this wall right here, like behind the cash register, to a gray, and you'll probably see it in the screenshots, so you'll see what it looks like with the gray, but I did not do it in the video, mostly because I forgot. But I wanted the colors to be a little bit broken up so you could also actually read the text on the back of the wall. And if you can't read it, you don't see it right now, obviously, but it says that we buy vinyls and CDs or something along those lines. Basically, that's what it says though. So the record shop, it's like a buy and trade shop, because I actually have been to a buy and trade shop. It was not a record shop, but they sold like video games, retro games, gaming consoles, DVDs, different things like that. So it's, places like that do exist. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of them in other places. Obviously, they do exist in other places. I just never look for them. I never am like searching for them, so I guess I don't hear much about them. But I don't know. I feel like they're not as common as I think that they are, but maybe they are more common than I think that they are. Honestly, I'm not sure. But anyway, I think I've done plenty enough yapping for this entire video, and we're getting really close to the end now. We've only got a few seconds left, so I do hope that you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you enjoy looking at the screenshots. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!